Hey kids, my name's Thomas Drinkwater. The laboratory can be a very fun place and a great place for learning. But unfortunately, the lab can be very dangerous, and if you're not following proper safety procedures, you can get very hurt. Remember, you signed a safety contract at the beginning of the year, and here at Flynn Scientific Incorporated, we want you to be safe whenever you're handling chemicals, or just handling glassware, or even water. Remember, you always need to follow proper safety procedures. That pertains to your clothing, the way you handle chemicals, the way you handle glassware. Here are some examples of people that didn't handle themselves properly and got hurt.
Be prepared for work in the laboratory. Read all procedures thoroughly before entering the laboratory. Remember, if you do not understand how to use a piece of equipment, ask the instructor for help.
Dispose of all chemical waste properly. Never mix chemicals in sink drains. Sinks are only to be used for water and those solutions designated by the instructor.
Remember, never take chemicals or any other materials from the laboratory area.
Remember to take great care when transporting acids and other chemicals from one part of the laboratory to another. Hold them securely and walk carefully. Do not hold them too close to your body or too far away from your body.
Never handle broken glass with your bare hands. If you do accidentally break glass, clean it up with the proper equipment and put it in the proper container.
Never leave an open flame unattended at any time. Always have somebody watching your flame to prevent other fires. Do not eat food, drink beverages, or chew gum in the laboratory. Do not use laboratory glassware as containers for food or beverages. The laboratory glassware can have residual chemicals that can be harmful to you and your body. Your hands and mouth can have chemicals on them that can be very harmful when you're eating. Remember, whenever you enter the laboratory, if you have food, throw it out or eat it outside of the laboratory room. This prevents chemicals from getting into your body and it prevents you from getting hurt.
Know what to do if there is a fire drill during a laboratory period. Containers must be closed, gas valves turned off, fume hoods turned off, and any electrical equipment turned off. Remember, do not panic if there is a fire drill or an actual fire. When using knives and other sharp objects, always carry with tips and points pointing down and away. Always cut away from your body. Never try to catch falling sharp instruments. Grasp sharp instruments only by the handles, and use them safely.
A few moments later.
Also, do not mess around with sharp objects.
Remember to check the label on chemical bottles twice before removing any of the contents. Take only as much chemical as you need.
5 to 7 left.
Remember that there are other kids in other labs where you may need to use the chemicals that you're using for this lab. All of your wasted chemicals can overfill the waste bin. Additionally, report any spills like this one, and never return unused chemicals to their original containers. Anytime chemicals, heat, or glassware are used, students will wear laboratory goggles. There will be no exceptions to this rule. As you can see in this demonstration, water and other chemicals cannot pierce the goggles.
Wear them.
Always put waste in the correct waste beaker, including solid waste should go into the solid waste beaker. Keep hands away from your face, eyes, mouth, and body while using chemical or preserved specimens.
Remember, if a chemical splashes on your skin, immediately notify the instructor, then flush with running water from the eye wash station or sink. Remember, chemicals can be dangerous even if they don't look dangerous. Remember, never fool around in the laboratory. Horseplay, practical jokes, and pranks are dangerous and prohibited.
Listen to the instructor whenever he or she has instructions for you. If you do not, you're wasting time, which will give you less time to perform the lab itself.
This classroom is displaying unproductive behavior. It is making it hard for the teacher to teach and the students aren't learning. Overall, it's an unproductive experience and nobody is gaining.
Carry glass tubing, especially long pieces like this burette, in a vertical position to minimize the likelihood of breakage and injury. Yikes! Do not place a hot apparatus directly on the laboratory desk. Always use an insulating pad. Do not immerse hot glassware in cold water. It may shatter.
Never use mouth suction to fill a pipette. Use a rubber bulb or pipette pump. Always work in a well-ventilated area. Use the fume hood when working with volatile substances or poisonous vapors. Remember, always turn on the hood when working. Open the shield to the correct height. Never stick your head inside the fume hood. This could cause serious injury from residual vapors, and the fume hood can't do its job.
When removing an electrical plug from its socket, grasp the plug, not the cord. Hands must be completely dry before touching an electrical switch, plug, or outlet.
Never look at any glassware from the top down. The chemicals inside could flare up, hitting you in the face, causing serious injury. Remember, always look at them from the side. This way, if the chemicals do flare up, you don't get hit, and you even get a clearer view of what's happening inside the beaker. Observe good housekeeping practices. Bring only the necessary materials into the lab area. All books, binders, and water bottles should be outside of the laboratory area to be clean and tidy. Remember, push your chair out in and away from your laboratory area when not in use. Always keep your area neat and tidy to prevent injury.
This video may contain a lot of rules to remember, but most of these are just based on common sense. If you're about to do something dumb, don't. Remember, don't be a Thomas.